Hi everybody. So in my haul video that I did last week, I went to the Scrap and Art Tour and I got some stamps from Stamplistic. This is a new company to me. I don't think I've ever ordered anything from them before, but I got these tiny little rubber stamps. This one was a heart, this one was a flip-flop, and this one was a butterfly. And the way that they had them designed was they had jewels all over them, like Swarovski crystals, if I can say that correctly. So here's that card I made with the butterfly. And I didn't get the gems from them. I actually got gems from Hobby Lobby. I got this assorted gems. They are not pre-adhesive, so you have to put your own adhesive on there. But I want to say it was $14.99, and of course I used a coupon, so I paid $7 or $8 for all of these gems. So I used those gems and some super strong adhesive. I think I used the glossy accents to adhere them down. So there's the butterfly, super cute. And then I had another card. Here we go. This is the one I made with the flip-flop. Right, and if you like this background, stay tuned because I'll show you more about that in another video. Alright, so I just wanted to show you guys that. But I got some other things. I sent an email to Stamplistic asking them they were going to be at the Allentown show. They said they were not, so I ordered a couple things online from them. So I got some new Nuvo drops in the glitter. I think this is pink or carnation or something. Pink champagne, orange soda, and sunlit meadow. So some glitter Nuvo to add to my pile. I got the mini archival inks. And then I got their... This is called their Stamplistic Squares, and I want to try this out, but basically it's a layering set. So you stamp this out, cut them out, and they fit Marvy square punches, but I also have square dies, so I can cut them out. And then they have these hard-backed cardboard frames you can glue them to. So you see it's pretty thick. And then layer it up to make a beautiful ornate card. And they have all kinds of designs of these. So I will definitely make a card and try these out and let you guys know how that goes. But the thing I wanted to focus on today are what's called Gilding Polish. I didn't really see them demonstrate these. I think I saw them online, like on YouTube. But I thought, most of you have seen my Nuvo video where my Nuvo Mousse dried out, because once you take the foil off, inside the lids that I have, this little piece was cardboard. Now, the newer Nuvo, so you want to check your Nuvo Mousse at home, have this foam piece. So you can see that there. Okay. So if you have the cardboard piece, you can contact Nuvo and ask them to send you these foam pieces. But the foam pieces hopefully will keep your Nuvo from drying out. The other thing I recommend is keeping the foil in place or putting press and seal on here. But I haven't opened this one yet. This is the Indian Gold. So I thought, let's do a comparison video on gilding paste. Now, so I'll tell you a little thing different about them. The Nuvo Embellishment Mousse, in most places I found, I want to say the price is like $7.99 to $8.99. It does come in a variety of different colors. And I use it, there's a number of different ways, and we'll experiment with those. From what I understand, there's a lot of colors of the gilding polish as well. What really intrigued me was this little sponge applicator that comes on the top. I do not like getting really dirty and inky when I'm doing my projects. I like to be quick, easy cleanup, and get out of the way. The other thing I noticed about the difference is these come in glass jars. Now I have not, there was no foil on this. This is the way that it came. There's no real odor to this, from what I can tell. Just like there isn't with the Nuvo. It looks almost like a really thick paint, but it's very metallic in finish, just like the Nuvo Mousse. And the jar itself, that's glass, folks. It's not plastic. So it does have kind of like that foam lid. And this is how they sent them to me. Now, they were wrapped in, I think, a plastic baggie. The price on these from Stamplistic was $10.50 each. So I only got 2 to try them out. Let's see what we think. And so let's do a couple experiments here. So this one is the Gold in Bright Sunshine Gilding Polish, and this one's called Tangy Tangerine. The other thing I looked up is this is 2.2 ounces in the Nuvo Mousse. This is 1.69 ounces once it's converted. So I'm going to try out the Nuvo Mousse in the Indian Gold versus the Gilding Polish in Bright Sunshine. So the first thing we're going to try, and I'm using my tonic media mat here, I hope you guys can see that, is I've just run a piece of black cardstock through the embossing folder. This is a Crafter's Companion embossing folder, and we're going to do one side with Nuvo Mousse and one side with the Gilding Polish. So I am going to open up my Nuvo Mousse here. Trying to find a side I can peel it up. Yeah, of course not. Alright, guess I'm just going to have to dig in. So you guys can see this is a brand new one. It's not one that's dried out on me yet. Ha ha ha. Okay. Alright, so, and I'm just going to use my fingers on this. You're supposed to use a sponge or something not to contaminate it, but I literally just got done doing the dishes upstairs, so my fingers are clean. And the Nuvo Mousse has that creamy texture to it. It's almost, it does feel like mousse. And we're just going to rub that down with our fingers on top of our raised design here. Alright, and I'm just going to cover that back up. And wipe my fingers off here. Alright, so you can see it's nice and shimmery. Brings out the raised effect there. Now on the Gilding Polish, you just pop that off. There's no twisting or anything. Twist the lid off. Now there is a little bit of product in the lid, so I'm just going to start with that. Let's just see here. Now I can tell you this is more of a paint-like feel to it. It is definitely more jelly than the mousse is. And you can see there, if you use your finger, it really gets down in there, but it is a more paint-like consistency. So the Nuvo Mousse has a thicker consistency, and the Gilding Paste, what's this called again? Gilding Polish is more like a paint. But I really like this applicator. That is so cool. I don't have to get my fingers dirty, and it takes it right up. And it goes right onto the tops there. So I would say, you know, they're both equal in terms of applying them to a raised surface, but I kind of like this applicator. I know it sounds cheesy, but it's kind of neat. I have a feeling too that this product, because it's like a paint, I have other embossing pastes. I think that this is probably going to last a little longer and not dry out. This might be my new go-to, guys. Alright, so that's test number 1. Do they both work on embossing folders? Yes, they do. They're both very shimmery, pretty, bright gold. Alright, okay, so test number 2 is going to be using them through a stencil. So again, I have some dark cardstock here. I have this little stencil, and I'm just going to take a palette knife, scoop some of the product out, and again, because it's so creamy in consistency, I don't think it should be a problem. Just spread that through there. Alright, and then put the excess back in the jar. And there you can see the embossing paste there. And we're going to do it again with Nuvo Mousse. So this is a little thicker consistency, but it is still creamy. And same thing, we're just going to spread it through. The stencil. This is almost like a lipstick consistency, I would say. You kind of have to smash it down and then spread it through the stencil. So this, I think you have a little more control if you're looking for something that has a little more thickness to the paste. So there you go there. So they both work through a stencil fine. Again, the thinner consistency in the more paint-like consistency in the Gilding Polish. There you go. And then more creamy, thicker consistency with the Nuvo Mousse. So that one. All right, and then the third test is going to be, can we paint with it? Because I know a lot of people water down the Nuvo Mousse and they do a little watercoloring with it. So I'm just going to take a little dab and put it on my media mat here of the Nuvo Mousse. And I have a little paper towel on the side here. I'm just cleaning my palette knife off. And I'm going to take a little dab of the Gilding Polish and put that on there. And I have a little paintbrush with some clean water here on the side. So I'm just going to go into the Nuvo first. And again, I'm just getting my paintbrush just slightly damp. And you can see it waters down right away. A lot of people like to make sprays with this too. A nice metallic spray, but you can see it waters right down and gives you a watercolor that you can paint with. Lots of shine and shimmer with the Nuvo Mousse. So just going to clean my paintbrush off. Same thing, go in with some water into the Gilding Polish. Now the Gilding Polish is not getting as watery, but it's turning into almost like an acrylic paint. Maybe I need more water. Let me put a little more water in there. Now it's watering down. Okay, so I just needed more water. This is a little thicker consistency in terms of paint, like an acrylic paint. But you can water it down, and it does turn into a nice paint medium. I like that. I'm going to put more water in there and see how much we can dilute it down here. There we go. That's quite a bit of water, and it's still maintaining its thick consistency. So you can water the Gilding Polish down as well and use it like a watercolor medium. So I kind of hate to say this, guys, but I think I'm going to start buying Gilding Polish over Nuvo Mousse. I guess only time will tell. We'll have to see if they dry out like my Nuvo Mousse did. I do like the consistency in terms of running it through a stencil and using it as embossing paste. Easy cleanup for both of these. Thanks to my Tim Holtz Media Mat. Thank you. Alright, so there we go, guys. I mean, I would say they're equal. If you're going to buy some gilding paste, but Gilding Polish, I would buy colors you don't already have in the Nuvo Mousse because you don't want duplicate colors. But again, I was just looking for an alternative to the Nuvo Mousse because of my Nuvo Mousse drying out. I do like Nuvo Mousse, but I don't want to invest in a product that I'm spending $7-8 on, and in a couple of months it's no good to me because of the way I use them. I normally use my paste through stencils. So I do like this Gilding Polish. I like this little handy applicator on there, and I do like the consistency where it's more like a very thick paint. So that's my 2 cents on it, guys. And again, I got these from Stamplistic.com. They're called Gilding Polish. So many different colors. And here again, you can see it does work pretty well, and it's dry already. They're both dry already on the embossing folder. Here they are in the embossing paste. Now I know this isn't dry. This is going to take a little bit to dry. And here we are using them like a watercolor, like a paint. So in terms of performance, I think they do perform equally the same. Cost-wise, the Nuvo is a little bit less expensive, and you do get a little bit more product. It comes in a nice plastic jar. The Gilding Polish is a little more expensive. You are spending about $3 more, but you are getting a nice applicator with it. It does come in a glass jar, and by looking at their packaging, I don't think they have a drying out problem if they're shipping it this way. It doesn't have any protective seal on it, and so in terms of longevity, I'm going to say this is probably going to last longer than Nuvo Mousse. So that's my 2 cents on it, guys. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask me. Post them down below. Thanks for watching, and keep on stamping.